What's up, guys? Hey, it's another Ridge Resources for you. We started at the very beginning. We started with Genesis chapter 1 through 3. And to be honest with you, summarizing 3 chapters is a lot easier than what we're going to take on for this week, which is the idea of summarizing the Genesis chapter 4 all the way through Esther. Not only are we going to walk our students through this timeline, but we're going to be talking about the topic of broken partnership. You know, God, even back in the garden, asked Adam to partner with him, even in just the work of the garden, in relationship, all these different factors. And we see countless examples of individuals throughout the Old Testament who fall short of that. And much less us blame the Old Testament. That's not fair, because the reality is we are our broken partnership. We don't fulfill what God has asked us to do. So instead, we recognize that Christ eventually was sent to earth and died on our behalf so that this partnership could be reconciled, so that this relationship could be reconciled back to one another. So because of the sin that we had. So we're going to be highlighting some different characters, talking about some different stories. Some of the key pieces that I just want to equip you guys with as you prepare and process and even talk to your students about it is hey, what does it look like to experience a broken partnership or a broken relationship? Let's dive into that. You know, students encounter this all the time, whether it's broken trust or someone turning on their back or someone gossiping behind them, whatever it may look like. It looks like a lot of different things, but we see broken partnerships, relationships all the time. And then I think, kind of flipping that on its head, I think that begs the question for us, if we experience that in our lives, how much more do we put God through that? And what does that look like for God? Why does God continue to love us through these broken, our brokenness, through ultimately rejecting him at different points in our lives and serving other idols or gods or whatever else? And so, long story short, we're going to be harping on that and also just recognizing the need we have for Jesus. Even the most righteous men, the men that were deemed righteous, like Abraham or others, they still fell short. They still sinned. They still, basically picked up other idols or gods, or even fell short of what God had intended for them. And so we recognize the need for someone to reconcile this back together. And that only is going to further emphasize our need for Christ and help lead us to the discussion about end times. So hopefully this is helpful for you guys. Pray that it leads to great conversations and great discipleship. So see ya.